Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Hope y'all are doing well this morning. Let's see. Yeah, we already got some thumbs up going. Awesome. Good deal. Let's see who we got hanging out with us today. Got Mr. Troy Pritchard. Good morning, Troy. How you doing? Happy hump day to you. There you go. Says good morning. Happy hump day for all you working folks. Yeah. Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, thumbs up. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Clyde CNC's here today from Windsor, Ontario. Good morning, Clyde. Good morning, Gary Hammett. How are you this morning? Let's see who else we got. Jesse's here. Good morning, Jesse. Kevin Mills is here. Good to see you. We got Mr. Monroe Cook. Good morning, sir. Bill Hoffman is here on the Facebook. Says good morning, Dave, and everyone from Southwest Indiana. Hope you're doing well, Bill. Thomas Grimm is here. How you doing, Thomas? Doug says, good morning, everyone. Only day this week without rain. You better take advantage of it then. Let's see. There's Bart Bixel. He's over on YouTube. Happy hump day. Hope y'all are enjoying your cup of joe. I am. This is my second cup of joe. It is delicious. It is delicious. It's going to be another scorcher day. It's going to be up to 86. And I know some of you folks out west are going, that's sweater weather. But the humidity's just been, oh man, it's been a killer. So it's not so much what the temperature is, it's what the humidity level is. And it really takes a beating on me. But it's all good. It's all good. We can take it. David Burnett here this morning. How you doing? There's Russ Meadows. How you doing, Russ? Let's see. What are we going to talk about today? I see. I had to laugh. I see that we talked yesterday about the Texas folks getting on that private jet and getting out of town so they don't have to do their job. And now I see the governor says he's going to have them arrested when they come back. So we'll see. I doubt if any of that stuff happens. We'll see. They all like talk big. We're going to do this and that. We'll see what comes of that. But anyway, it'd be kind of cool if it did. But I'll be watching. See what happens. Another interesting thing I saw in the news. I guess it was. I guess it was a good thing I had my heart attack almost 3 months ago now. Because now, I don't know if you've seen it on the national news, but it's big here in Atlanta. Piedmont Healthcare, which I ended up going to 2 hospitals, Piedmont Henry and Piedmont Atlanta. So well familiar with the Piedmont healthcare system. And anyway, I guess they've now come up and said, I don't know exactly when the deadline is. I think they've still got a little while, but they're going to make the vaccinations mandatory for their doctors. And I guess everybody, nurses and all the healthcare professionals. So that'll be interesting to see what happens, because I wasn't just but a week or so ago they tried to do that. Well, I guess they're still trying in Houston Methodist Hospital, and those people said, nah. So they filed a lawsuit, and then some liberal judge threw it out So I guess they're filing an appeal or whatever. But it's going to be interesting to see because, they're going to end up losing some good people over trying to make that mandatory. It's, and it's one thing, they said on the news, so it must be true. Uh, but they said on the news that, they've been mandating flu vaccinations and all, some of this, other stuff for a while. And, you know, that's true. But, that stuff went through the process and was FDA approved and stuff like that. But anyway, they had some doctor on there and he wasn't happy. He was saying, yeah, you know, we're not saying we won't get it, but we want to wait until it's FDA approved and it's had the proper time where they know it's, that's why I don't understand some, people can do whatever they want. I don't care. But man, they jumping on that vaccine bandwagon like, oh yeah, you got to get this or you're just stupid. And I'm thinking, but it's not even, you don't know that it's safe. So I don't care one way or the other. Get it or don't. I don't care. But when doctors and healthcare professionals don't want to take it, that makes me kind of go, they don't want it and they know what's going on. So anyway, that'll be interesting. But I'd hate to know that, something happens to me and I go back up there and they go, well, he's not here anymore. All our good ones left. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to get crazy, folks, but buckle up. Man, that's the best coffee I've had all morning. Right there. Keith Stanford's here. Good morning. Matt Haas is in the house. How are you doing, Matt? So proud of my buddy Matt. He's started his Gatton build, and as far as I can tell, it's going to be pretty awesome. Jesse says, my body, my choice. Yeah. It's just crazy stuff going on. Crazy. Ryan Ballard is on the road. Would that be the big road you paved in front of your house? I've been teasing Ryan because he got all that, I guess it's asphalt or something. Just huge, long strip. And I've been teasing him saying that's the drag strip for his Z car. I can just see his golf cart and his Z car out there going head to head. Hey, Sandy is here. Good morning, Sandy. Hope you're doing well. Russ says his wife is fully vaccinated and he's not vaccinated. All right. Jim Sutton-Cole is here. He said he finally fell out of bed this morning. All right. Welcome to the coffee sessions, Jim. Speaking of electric cars, I spent pretty much all day Sunday out here working in the shop, cleaning and straightening up, all that stuff. But I did take a break to go in and make a sandwich for lunch. And while I was there, I'm thinking, well, they're supposed to be racing in Atlanta, NASCAR. So I thought, well, let me turn the TV on while I'm eating. I didn't care. I wasn't going to stay in and watch it because I was going to get back out here and work some more. But anyway, I was flipping the channels around and I couldn't even find NASCAR anywhere. They had the race. Kurt Busch won, I think. But it must have been on one of them crazy channels that I don't get because I just have a regular outdoor antenna. But anyway, I ran across this other thing, and it was called, what the heck was it called? It was in New York, and it was the something what did they call that? I knew I'd forget it. E-Formula or something. But anyway, it was kind of like a Formula One race. Had really cool looking cars, but when they go by, you just hear. They were electric cars, and I'm like, I guess that's a thing. I didn't know it. I'm out of the loop. I've never seen them before, but it was pretty interesting. They looked plenty fast, but man, you don't get to hear that horsepower when it goes by. It's just a little and that's it. But they were really cool looking cars, and of course, all the drivers they were people I'd never heard of. So and it was in New York, so they were running around some street course in New York. But yeah, I didn't even realize that was a thing. I guess it's a big deal. They got a whole series they run and different tracks, and uh, I didn't quite understand how all that works because all that's kind of over my head. But they have that telemetry where they can actually see, and they show it on the screen how much power the guy's got left. So that if they were using up too much power, that the crew chief would say, "Hey, man, you got to let off a little earlier in the corner or something because you're going to run out of juice before the end." And it's weird because right when they cross the finish line, it's like right after that they were at like 0.2% of battery or whatever. So crazy stuff. I might watch that again if it comes on. All right, Matt says, let me see here. Oh, let me catch. Larry says, my wife is fully vaccinated. I'm not, but she is around her 92-year-old mother a lot. Okay. All right. Matt says, I'm working the bed for my Gatton CNC now, chopping off rounded over ends of my 2x4s. There's a man after my own heart. That's how I like to build stuff when I use 2x4s. I don't always do it, but if I want it to be really nice and square, you cut them rounded edges off. And Matt, if you got a pocket hole thing, you put those pocket hole screws in it, and you use those clamp. And when you tighten everything up, it automatically squares itself because you cut all those rounded edges off. It really came out nice, I think. Not and of course in my videos I tell people, this is how I do it, but you could skip that step if you want to. But I just think it makes everything just get squared up so much better. All right, Sandy says doing better. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry to hear about your dad, Sandy. It's got to be tough. Got to be tough. Let's see. Clyde says, just like unlimited hydroplane boats on Detroit River, they sound like. Oh, so are they electric too? Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Jesse said he squared his. Whoops. Okay. Skipped. I went to click on something and it jumped up. Jesse said he squares his 2x4s. Dave Mack says, warning, back after a stomach bug that lasted a week. Getting old sucks. Yeah, it does, but it's better than the alternative. Getting old ain't for sissies, for sure. All right, here we go. Doug says. Oh, Clyde says it was turbines. Okay. Yeah, they do. They do have a weird sound. All right, Doug says our students enter a competition each year to design and build an electric car to race. I just want to understand what they are eventually going to do with all the old batteries. Yeah, that's the thing. it's like, yeah, that's cool, but do we really think this out in the long game? I don't know. I'm with you, Doug. I don't know what they're gonna do with all them batteries. All right, Keith is a vaxxer here. He says my brother spent 4 months in the hospital in rehab from COVID. You bet I'm vaxxed. All right. Yeah, there's some folks that it really knocks them down. All right, I got it. How much time I got? All right, we're about 17 minutes in. I got to tell you something. I'm pretty, it don't take much to make me happy. Uh, sometimes little small things are just get my morning off to a good start. But I got out of the shower this morning and, get ready to get dressed. And I reach in my drawer where I have my blue jeans. I wear blue jeans all the time. If you catch me not wearing a pair of blue jeans, you probably see me in my underwear if you catch me without blue jeans. But anyway, so I pull out a pair of blue jeans and then I can tell. I'm like, oh man, these are the ones that are baggy as heck because I've lost so much weight. I've lost about 25 pounds, and I'm trying to keep it off. I mean, it wouldn't really hurt me to lose a few more, but I'm at least trying to stay uh, where I'm at. So anyway, so I put them blue jeans on. I'm like, oh yeah, these are the ones that I'm just swimming in these. These because these were, I guess I call them my fat jeans back when I was really big. So I thought, let me see what else I got in here. And I'm gonna tell you guys, don't ever throw anything away. I had some pants. I don't know what you call these. Are Carhartts. And I know you guys can't even see them. Let me see if I can stand up a minute. See, these are like a heavy. I don't know what kind of material this is, but they got the little pockets on the sides, all that stuff. I guess like kind of like painter pants or whatever you call them. But anyway, these are Carhartt, and I had this color, which is khaki, and then I have another pair, which is kind of rust color. And I had bought them years ago and probably worn maybe once or twice. And you know how it is. Stuff shrinks in the dryer. At least that's what I'm going to say. But anyway, they got so dadgum snug. I'm like, nah, I can't. I can't wear these anymore. So I put them in that drawer, and they've been in one of those bottom drawers. I don't know how many years now. Long time. But when I put on them old baggy jeans today, I'm like, oh, let me just look around and see if I got something else in there that's, because I mean, I look really stupid wearing them other jeans because they're so baggy. When you put the belt on it, they all puff out and stuff. But anyway, so I found these and I put these on. And I'm like, heck yeah, get these fastened again. So I don't know how long I'll be able to stay in these, but I mean, they're like brand new because I bet you I haven't worn more than twice. And the same way with the other pair, the rust color one. So now I've got two new whole pair of pants, at least until I start gaining weight again. Let's see. They used to have aviation B12 Allison's, yeah. Yeah, I remember back in the day, I guess it was, I don't know, 69 or 70, 1970s. I don't know the exact date. But when the Indy 500, they came out with those turbine cars. And it was just a totally different sound when they went around the track. And man, they almost won it. They come that close to winning. one time. He was running away. What was it? Parnelli Jones, I think, was in that one that had the kind of looked like pregnant thing on the side of the car. And I think it was just like some little $3 bearing or something put him out of the race at the end. But he was like way ahead of everybody. And then I think they ran him the next year. They had those real pointy wedge cars. Joe Leonard, I think, drove one. I can't remember who did. Art Pollard, I think, drove one of them. Doug, help me out here. You probably remember this stuff. Um, but anyway, after that, I think they did away and said, "No, you can't do a turbine engine. It's got to be a normally aspirated engine or something like that." But yeah, because they were just dominant, except they didn't last. Yeah, it was the S. Yeah, you're right, Clyde. It was the STP car, Andy Granatelli. Yeah. But yeah, just think if they had won that year, that might have changed all kinds of things. But AJ Foyt, I don't ever remember AJ Foyt running in a turbine car. I'd have to fact check that, Bart Bixel, because I don't think it was AJ. I'm thinking it was Art Pollard, Joe Leonard, and I know Parnelli ran that first year. There were three of them, I think, the second year. But they all had that, they come down to it. They look like a pie slice turned sideways. Uh, but yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fact check that AJ Foyt thing because I can't knowing AJ Foyt, I can't imagine him being ready to lead the old tried and true. But might have been. I don't know. Maybe I don't remember it right. But Larry Gaunt says, I was up to a 40-inch waist before my cancer, and since I lost 60 pounds, I'm a 32. Wow, that's fantastic. I'm not quite down to a 32, but I think these pants are a 34. And the ones that I was talking about that I put on, they were a 36. And I went to put them on. I'm like, holy cow, they're just gonna, when they just way too big for right now. I don't know. Maybe I don't really want to put that weight back on. I'm gonna try not to. And so far, it's been 3 months, and I get on my scale pretty much every day, just so I can kind of keep an eye on it. But it's like now I'm at the point where it's like I've always done. It's like one day I might weigh a pound or two more, and then the next day I'll be a pound or two less. But I always hang around a certain thing. Only before the heart attack, it was about 25 pounds more than what I weigh now. Yeah. Doug says Foyt, Gilmore engines, can't remember a turbine. Yeah, I don't remember AJ ever running a turbine. I won't ever remember that. But yeah, those electric cars. I think I could probably get used to watching them. The cars themselves in that Formula E or E Formula, whatever that was called, they were really cool looking cars. Really slick. All the latest technology and stuff. It's just, when you're old like me and you're used to hearing that or at least it's more of a whine, I guess, with the Formula cars. But it's kind of disappointing when they just, you can tell it's an electric motor. but they were fast, man. They were fast. Speaking of electric motors, I've given last rites to my circular saw. But the motor still works. And now I'm thinking to myself, what can I because I'm not going to throw it away. But what can I take that apart and use that electric motor for? I don't know what it would be good for. I could probably make some kind of really dangerous tool with that thing. But, I'm thinking to myself too, a circular saw isn't meant to be run just nonstop. They run, they're kind of like a router is supposed to be. You turn them on, you do what you got to do, then you turn it off. So I don't know what I could use, but I that's what I was thinking. I'm like, yeah, wondering if I could take that apart and use that motor for something. I don't know. We'll see. But I am replacing it, and I decided not to replace it with a Porter cable, believe it or not. I looked around and I thought, well, there's no telling how many hours that thing had on it because I used it a lot. And it was almost always cutting 3/4 inch birch or maple plywood. Because it was a real workhorse. I'd, go get a pickup truck load of plywood, bring it home, and then I would cut it all into blanks to run the Gatton CNC kits out of. So it's like I said, for what I paid for it, I got my money's worth out of it tenfold probably. But when I got ready to look around to replace it, I thought, well, I probably should maybe spend a little more money and get a little nicer one. So I don't know, but I ended up buying, and I don't have the model number here, but I ended up getting a Bart says, my bus Foyt was the winner of the race, and Granatelli was the term. I beg for your forgiveness. Oh, that's okay. I just, us Indiana boys, though, we're going to remember most of that stuff. And I was still in Indiana back when all that was going on. Born and raised just a few minutes from that track, really. But yeah, so I ended up getting a DeWalt. I've had DeWalt. I've had DeWalt tools. I've always kind of been, well, they're okay. But I watch a ton of YouTube videos, and I see a lot of people using DeWalt tools, the drill drivers, the impact drivers, all that kind of stuff, and the circular saw and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try DeWalt. We'll see how it goes. And I'm probably gonna be trying it out on a bunch of plywood here pretty soon because I am just about out. I bought a huge pile not long ago, and I'm still using that up, but I'm just about out. So I thought, well, that'll be a good workout for it. So I'm going to go with a DeWalt and see how that does. And I got the corded one. I didn't get it. Didn't get a cordless or battery operated or anything like that. So Doug says 67, wasn't it, Bart? No. It might have been 60s. I'm unsure of the year, but I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that Foyt wasn't a turbine drive. Thomas says, I see prices are coming down on the wood. I hope so. I haven't looked at the price of the plywood I use, the Pure Bond Birch and maple. Last time I looked, it was about $70 a sheet, but I'm hoping it will come down. So says your timing was pretty good. I think. Yeah, hopefully by the time I use up what, because I think I've got 3 blanks left in there. And just because I don't have a lot of room to store it, I always wait until I'm completely out and then pick a good sunny day, go get a pickup load, bring it home, and then I spend a couple hours in the driveway cutting it all, bring it home, slide it off on the truck, because I can't pick that stuff up. Cut it all into blanks and then stack it in there under the machines. And then it just depends on how busy I get. And of course, this lasted a long time because of my heart attack and stuff. People gave me a break. Didn't order a lot. So anyway, my time is up. You heard my timer go off. We'll come back tomorrow, I guess. Try this again for number 347. And bring your coffee for sure, because I'm going to have mine right here. Anyway, y'all have a good hump day, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.